One hour by train, 30 miles southwest of Tokyo, is Kamakura, a seaside resort noted for the great Buddha. Within the boundaries of Kamakura, there are 65 Buddhist temples, 19 Shinto shrines, and innumerable tombs, all full of historic associations reminiscent of the days in the early 12th century, when it was the seat of a feudal government. There are many subjects to photograph in Japan, but perhaps new. A huge beet 6 inches high. There are 4 golf links in this area, all located in ideal surroundings. In this national park, amid mountainous beauty, the ball takes wings as it soars down the fairway through the clear, crisp air. This challenging course is located at Sengokuhara in the northern part of the Hakone Spa Zone. Playing golf in an atmosphere such as this will surely deepen the impressions made by travel in Japan. There's nothing like some exercise to whet the appetite, and after a stimulating round of golf, it's easy to see why an outdoor barbecue would be a real treat to an empty stomach. There is nothing more enhancing to food than the taste of charcoal. For this barbecue, beef, onions, and mushrooms are dipped in soy sauce and done to a turn over the glowing coals. Good food and drink, and a chance to talk over the good and bad scores. A wonderful ending to a trip to Hakone National Park. The first-rate express on the Tokaido line covers the distance of 364 miles between Tokyo and Kobe in a little over 7 hours. It runs for the most part along the Pacific coast and affords many pretty glimpses of the seashore and countryside. At lunchtime, many travelers enjoy a box lunch sold at stations along the route. If a larger meal is in order, the dining car with its excellent service and superb food is a must for the hungry traveler. Travelers in Japan need not worry about tipping, a pleasant surprise to many tourists. In Japan, the people who serve you feel that the services they perform are parts of their visit to Kyoto, the ancient capital of Japan, only 6 hours after leaving Tokyo. Kyoto, the classical city of Japan, was the center of Japanese culture for 1,000 years. The city preserves intact the arts and crafts of old Japan, and within its precincts, there were a large number of artistic masterpieces, the monuments of a long history filled with the Buddhist tradition. There is a constant flow of visitors to Kyoto, those who are in search of tranquility and the beauty of life, and those who are attracted by the sights and art objects which are to be found here in abundance. In Kyoto, each street has a history of its own. Beckoning cats made of porcelain are believed to help promote business, like saleswomen calling in customers. These big-headed dwarfs are thought to bring good luck. Shopkeepers and people in the entertainment world are good customers for these figures. Badgers, too, are supposed to bring good luck. And when installed like this on the right-hand side of the entrance to a restaurant, they're supposed to lure the customers in. Restaurants are plentiful. This one serves charcoal broiled fish with rice. This one specializes in chicken dishes. And there are plenty of confectioner's shops, too. The age-old charm of Japan is epitomized in the old-world shopping streets composed exclusively of purely Japanese-style houses. Kyoto is noted for many things of the past. It is also noted for the production of pure silk fabrics, embroidery work, lacquerware, and ceramics. In a bamboo grove in the suburbs of Kyoto, a master ceramist, Unosuke Kawai, has made his home. In these peaceful surroundings, he has continued to produce his ceramic works for more than 20 years. It takes many turns of the potter's wheel and a lifetime of study to turn out these masterpieces of Japanese craftsmanship. Vases are carefully hand-painted with the deft strokes of a master before they're placed in a kiln to harden. Japan is rich in kaolin, the clay required for pottery and porcelain manufacture, and the Japanese have a technical skill essentially their own. The finished products are things of beauty. There are more than 1,700 Buddhist temples and Shinto shrines in Kyoto. The famous golden pavilion of the Kinkakuji Temple is a typical specimen of this city's architecture. Destroyed by repeated fires for the first 5 centuries, the last remaining one was reduced to ashes through arson in July 1950. The present pavilion is an exact replica completed in October 1955. The old imperial palace, too, has been repeatedly destroyed by fire since 795. The present building dates from 1855. The buildings, though not brilliantly decorated, are very fascinating in their noble simplicity. There are many Japanese inns in Kyoto in which to relax after a strenuous day of sightseeing. Green tea is served by a charming maiko. At night, one of the most famous attractions of Kyoto is the color receives a constant flow of visitors who are attracted by the culture of old Japan still lingering in the city. The oldest Buddhist temple of Japan, the Horyuji, was founded in 607. Some of the temple buildings are the oldest wooden buildings in the world. Visitors find the temple well guarded by the Deva kings. This imposing building, the world's largest wooden building, enshrines the great bronze Buddha of the Todaiji Temple. Kasuga Shrine is one of the most famous and oldest Shinto shrines in Japan, founded in 768. The shrine buildings, painted in bright vermilion, are celebrated for their fine architecture and enchanting setting. Over 3,000 lanterns, half of which stand in the shrine and the rest hang from the eaves of the buildings, are offerings from devotees. 1/2 hour away from Nara is Osaka, the second largest city in Japan and its leading industrial metropolis. From Tokyo, Osaka is only 7 hours by train and less than 2 hours by plane. Since 1584, Osaka has continued to develop its activities as the most important center of domestic and foreign commerce in Japan. The finished goods produced at tens of thousands of factories located in the city are shipped abroad constantly through the port of Osaka and the adjacent port of Kobe. Osaka has a fine network of canals interlacing its busy streets, and these waterways add beauty to this industrial metropolis. With the construction of railways, the importance of these waterways as a means of communication has declined. Today, sightseeing boats make possible a pleasant cruise through these waters. As a reminder of the ancient past, Osaka Castle, in the very heart of the city, adds a touch of grandeur. Reflections in no way disclose the hustle and bustle of this thriving metropolis. The busy life of Osaka may best be observed on a wholesaler street. Goods are piled high and the trade is brisk. There are over 2.5 million people in Osaka and business is good. Osaka is famous for its puppet theater called Bunrakuza, the only choice now. It is contrasted with this flashback to over 200 years ago, when a courier dressed like this used to go back and forth between Tokyo and Nikko. Today, Nikko can be reached from Tokyo in less than 2 hours by train. Nikko, 90 miles north of Tokyo, combines the grandeur of nature with the finest of man's handiwork, as represented by the Toshogu Shrine, whose gorgeous edifices are redolent of the marvelous plane of craftsmanship during the early Tokugawa days. The Yomeimon Gate, main entrance to the shrine, is truly Nikko's highlight, and it enjoys international repute for its magnificent decorations. This shrine, built in 1636, is one of the greatest monuments in the history of Japanese architecture. In Nikko National Park, regarded by many as the most interesting spot in Japan, lakes, waterfalls, rivers, gorges, and hot springs weave out a peculiar beauty amid sylvan grandeur. This has been a quick tour of just 7 tourist points. The countless other sites that are musts to the visitor to Japan cannot be covered in so short a time. It makes no difference what the time of year. The age-old charm of this enchanting land is captivating in any season.